Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the City Beautiful. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
Unfortunately for Jared Goff, there's something about rookie years for him. His first year at Cal as a starter as a freshman, his team won 1 game. His rookie year in the NFL, 0-7 as a starter, and a lot of people thought he wasn't going to develop to be a heck of a player or not. Turns out they were wrong. His second year, 3,800 yards passing, 28 touchdown passes, and helped lead his team to an NFC West title.
Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. This one complete to Gresham. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Goff now to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, Anderson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And he's got Gresham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us. But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
To throw is gone. And break, the tight end's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they look at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, just keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away.
Reset. Hey, easy. 319.
Now the first running back drafted this year, it's Saquon Barkley. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Orlando in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it first and 10 now out past the 20.
Hey. 158. Right.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action here on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
319. 319.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
After review of the play, the movement on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup. Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Caught Eifert over the middle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Two minutes remain in a scoreless 1st half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some hype. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Golden Tate, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
When you give up a long touchdown drive, you're looking for a silver lining. In this case, it's the fact that your offense had a chance to rest, and now they can come out in the field charged up and ready to go.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, another offensive player quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Out of the gun. Gone. Caught. Right side. Gresham. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Gone. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
On first down, gone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Goff again. And Gresham's got it over the middle. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Goff throwing again. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. First down now, but that clock rolling.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Throwing again is gone. His pass caught at the 4. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Robert Woods in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Hey, check 26. Look again.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This one taken from the 7. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. On 1st down, Rodgers. Oh, the strength of Eifert. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 39 that time.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
319.
A handoff to Barkley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
Now Rodgers to throw on 3rd down. And Eifert has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Let's go, come on.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. They'll try and run forward Barkley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Here's Rodgers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zach Brown coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, and touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 92 yards. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Boswell for the extra point. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25 Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that doesn't know.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. And a huge play that time. 56 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And it's caught. Touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from 17 yards out. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things up.
Going right side here, and that's complete. He got 29 yards that time. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Goff on first down. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. Again, Anderson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Encroachment, defense.
Defensively, maybe a little too fired up there for a third down stop.
Remember
Automatic
preseason when we were going to camps and watching people, they worked on this, right? In the heat of the summer,
Didn't work
did
out.
it anyway.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now it's gone. It's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
DC.
They'll run for it with Anderson. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. C.J. Anderson taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys are going to take the lead.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another 4th-quarter comeback?
It's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. He'll look to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by Malcolm Butler. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
That's to his running back, complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Doyle. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. Well, Charles, exciting to the very tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.